Hey everybody, welcome to Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, that's Griffin. We're here for another episode of Zom 100, but oh wait, we're not because they've been delayed yet again. This
You
show
thought it
is...
was Dom, but it was me, Dio.
Oh god, another show I hate. But no, yeah, put that down in the marks. $20, we'll watch a show that I hate. But, yeah, no, actually, it feels like this show is gonna last longer than the next season show if it keeps going on delays. We're going to be 2 seasons into Zob 100 on its first season. Anyway, as we did last time, Griff has left it to me to pick yet another show, kind of like Pale Cocoon. Um, and I have explored the space yet again. Did not pick the same creator as I did last time.
Mhm.
Not because of a lack of work, but too good, I'll say. The work is too good, and when the work is too good, they make it longer, which puts it outside the scope of stuff that we can watch. But this time, let's see. I have picked a show, an OVA, a
Mhm.
one-shot OVA from the director slash writer of such hits as Your Name, 5 centimeters per second, and Withering with You. Came out 4 years prior to our previous fill-in OVA, and is
Uh-huh.
closer to when Ra Zaphon came out, in fact.
Oh wow. Yeah, we're going to ancient history here, huh?
Well, it's still post-aughts, so... Or I guess it's in the aughts.
Ancient history.
I have a hard time telling what you call the year 2000 forward. I think it's called the aughts, right?
Yeah.
So this show is within the aughts, just like Ra Zaphon. So, as before, I'm just gonna throw you out here. Griff, get out. I'm gonna throw you out. I'm just... I'm...
Okay, well, bye. I'll see you, everybody. Been good. No, I'm
Yeah,
staying.
I'm gonna throw you out the pitch, and then I'll tell you what the name of it is. It is the year 2046. Nabaru Tero, I apologize if I'm getting these names wrong, again, first time hearing, and Mikaku Nagamin are close friends who will soon be graduating junior high school. But after an alien attack on humanity, Mikaku is selected for the UN military space expedition set to retaliate against the aliens. Separated, Noboru and Mikaku attempt to keep in touch by sending emails to each other with their cell phones. Yet, as the expedition journeys farther from Earth, the time it takes for them to transmit and receive each other's messages increases substantially.
So we don't even get to the alien fighting portion of it. This is just entirely pen pal drama. Ar-
No
okay.
idea.
It's such a weird framing for that, but you know what? I'm down. Let's see what we get out of it.
Well, the name of the OVA is Voices of a Distant Star.
And I can definitely positively say I have not seen or heard of this before.
Yeah, in the gap that Zob 100 has left us in, we're really just exploring the space with artistic and, well, I mean, the stuff that we've gone for. So we Pale Cocoon. We both liked Pale Cocoon, right? Can I say that?
Yeah, I think that was a fun one.
Yeah. So we're really getting in there with artistic stuff and not just like, hey, let's one thing that's really popular that we can watch. We didn't jump in with like a filler episode of Dragon Ball Z Abridged, right? Like so many more successful people than us would have done, and possibly should have been emulated.
At the same time, I feel like when it comes back around time for me to pick something, I'm gonna pick like an absolute shit post and it's just gonna be the worst.
Yeah. I hope I continue this with a series of great picks that are
Mhm.
amazing and just underlooked. Like I hope this one turns out to be a great thing that we look back upon. It's like, man, that was good. And then you can
Meanwhile, I'm
pick,
just here looking for the bottom of the barrel.
yeah. I mean, who
What can I
knows?
scrape off the side of this? This is this gunk. Let's watch it.
I mean, hopefully Zom 100 has no further delays. We just finish
That's
the
the real
show.
hope here. But you know what? How many times has it been? It's been like 4 weeks now.
Well, I mean, there's been at least two 1 day delays, which pushes it outside of our ability to record that week. And then
Mhm.
there's been, I think, two 1 week delays.
Right. So, We're really on track to being consistent with Psalm 100, but I guess for now, we know the premise. Everything sounds interesting. Let's just see what they give us. So, I think with that, Theta, you're ready to just go ahead and watch. But before we do, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below to feed that algorithm. On top of all that, if you watch more shows like this unfiltered, uncensored, and uncut, as well as some early access stuff, you can check it out over on Patreon. It's just $5 a month, but no pressure. It's all to support the channel, just a little bit extra.
Click the link down below. Join the Discord. Let us know what your favorite one-shot OVA forgotten hit of the past was or is. 2002.
The distant future.
It's a space odyssey.
Gasp. Oh gosh, that's right. We're still in the key bad era of texting. All these poor kids.
世界っていう言葉がある。私は中学の頃まで世界っていうのは携帯の電波が届く場所なんだって漠然と
There's
思ってい
something
た。
about the animation quality that makes me think Aeon
で
Flux.
もどうしてだろう。私の携帯は誰にも届かない。もしもし。ねえ、誰かいないの？私どこまで行けばいいの？私寂しいんだよ。のぼるくん？家に帰るね。
Through the years and far away, hello little star.
Oh, that is some early computer animation.
ねえ、私はどこにいるの？あ、そっか。
There we go, Gundam.
私はもうあの世界にはいないんだ。
Well, it lets us know which side that one is
の
on,
ぼるくん待って。
why they're not getting cell phone signals.
長峰はどうだった？期末試験。
長峰はバッチリだったよ、期末試験。
じゃあ一緒の高校。
いけるかな？きっと。のぼるくん見て。宇宙船がいる。
ああ、コスモナウトリシュテア号だね。国連軍の。この町からも出たのかな。選抜メンバーが。
うん。
The facial proportions feel kind of wrong with like the cheek to nose.
Yeah, unfortunate.
火星を襲った宇宙人を追うっていう話だよな。
うん。
タルシス人ってさ、どこから来たんだろうね。
Tars, of course.
長峰。
Yeah, wasn't a response to that question. I guess she's not interested, to be fair, but yeah, whatever.
Well, it's probably because she knows that she's been
まあ、
recruited
コンビニ寄ってこいよ。
and is not telling him.
Oh gosh.
That's why she said, we're gonna go to the same high school. And he's like, I wonder if they recruited anybody. And then that's when she shut down.
どこで食べる？
バス停に行こうか。
Yeah, I thought the timeline events was gonna be attack and then recruitment, not the reverse of that. Yeah, how do you tell your best friend you are leaving Earth forever?
Well, especially when you've been acting like nothing's changed.
長峰、高校でも剣道やるの？
どうしようかな。のぼるくんは？
うん、俺はやるよ。長峰も続けなよ。
Yo, I wish my school had like a kendo club. That would've been awesome.
同じ部活に入りたいんでしょ。
何言ってんだよ。
But they're cute. This is a cute little relationship.
そろそろ。
うん。雨上がったね。ねえ見て、空。
トレーサーだ。
綺麗だね。
うん。
Said many a good nut.
のぼるくん、私ね、あれに乗るんだ。
And she told him.
There we go. Finally.
And we can never escape Mecha on this ship.
I mean, I'm not disappointed. What's funny is she's still wearing the school uniform.
What's that? Guns are effective.
Oh, I think that's a training dummy.
Oh, of course, it aren't on Mars.
のぼるくん、火星ではずっと演習でした。私、これでも選抜メンバーだからね、結構成績良かったのよ。オリンポス山も見たし、マリネリス峡谷も見たし、火星観光もバッチリ。
Funnily enough, I think that Olympus Mons is too small.
もちろん、タルシス遺跡にも行ったよ。教科書の写真では何度も見た景色なんだけど、実物を見てもなん
So
だ
the
か信じられ
Tarsians
ない
settled
のよ。
on Mars before coming to Earth.
本当に太陽系は人間だけのものじゃなかったんだって。2039年の調査隊はここでタルシス人に全滅させられて、今度は私たちが彼らから得たテクノロジーで彼らを生んだ。
Must not get too deep into the geopolitics of a single OVA.
リシテア号の生活にも慣れたよ。火星で惑星圏演習をやった後、木星まで来て、今はエーロパの中継基地で一休み。
Alright, that's pretty cool.
眺めていて飽きないよ。イオと木星の間のフラックスチューブもすごいの。太陽系で一番大きな雷。
Yo, yeah, that's super cool.
届くかな。
Well, I know it was like, what, a 12-minute delay or something when you were on Mars. Jupiter has to be even longer.
Oh yeah, you can never get rid of that phone now because it's the only way she'll have to contact you ever again.
長峰美香子は中学の頃に割と仲の良かったクラスメートだ。同じ高校に行けるってまあ期待もしていたんだけど、長峰は今木星にいるそうだ。中学3年の夏、国連宇宙軍の選抜メンバーに選ば
I
れた
guess you
長
would
峰
have
は
to recruit them
その
young
冬
for a
1000
long
人以
space
上からな
trip.
る大船団でタルシアン調査の旅に出発した。そういえば長峰は
A bit of a one-way journey at some point, right?
それにしても国連軍だよ。なんだかバカみたいな話だ。
いよいよ木星を
I mean,
出
that's what
発。リシテア号はこの後メー
the
ル
entire
船の
Anvil of
ずっと先まで
Stars
行くよ。
book was about.
詳しい行き先は内緒みたい。メールが届くまでだんだん時間がかかるようになるけど、一番端っこのオルトの雲からだって半年くらいのもんだからね。
20世紀のエアメールみたいなものだよ。うん、大丈夫。何が大丈夫なんだ。
6 months. Bare email
Yeah.
ahead.
こんな風に僕の高校の1学期は美香子とのメールのやり取りのうちに過ぎた。
ただいまメールはお預かりしていません。
美香子が地球から離れるにつれ、メールのやり取りにかかる時間は開いていく。
ただいまメールはお預かりして
ただ、美香子からのメールを待つだけの自分になってしまう。
のぼるくん、私
That
は
ship's
今
moving
太陽
real
系最大の
fast.
冥王星にいます。
Well, they're using the
地
Tarsian
球を出発し
technology,
てか
they
ら
said.
もう半年。
Yeah.
リシテア艦隊は木星からずっと調査を続けてきたんだけど、結局タルシアンの痕跡はまだどこにも
And
見
if they
つか
come
ってい
from
な
a
い。
different solar system or whatever,
でも
they
私は
needed
本当は
high
ね、
tech ships to get there.
このまま何も見つからないで早く地球に帰れるのが一番いいなって。何？
Tarsians confirmed at 12 o'clock. Distance 20,000. Tracing 1 to 4.
Oh yeah, UN. I was about to ask why your thing is talking in English, but UN, of course it'd be English.
私も出るの。
theoretically, there's got to be at least more than one nationality up there.
Yeah. Who do you think built it?
So that's like 20 units. Or maybe 40, actually. Oh my gosh, I really feel like I'm looking at a PS1 cutscene. Oh. Hey, sup, alien.
We're sorry what we did to you in the abyss.
He's just giving it a hug.
I mean, they attacked Earth, so it seems unlikely they're suddenly friendly.
Ah, they were the rebels looking for your assistance. How could you?
Drop of Tarshans confirmed at a distance of 120,000. The fleet will evacuate by 1 light-year warp. All troops return to the ship.
ノブル君と1年もずれちゃう。今メール。
Yep. I know it's dramatic, but don't abandon your cockpit to go get your cell phone.
Tracer 2 return to the ship immediately.
What's the thing?
こいつを落とさないと。
Noboru would have no idea if she died out here or not
Exactly.
for years if they think that there's a yearly time delay, and he thinks 6 months. Shit, put the thing on autopilot and grab your cell phone. They didn't win that fight, by the way, right?
They did not. Like, more forces were coming in, so they decided to retreat.
Right, so they retreated outside the solar system, which means the alien ships are closer to Earth than they are.
Yeah.
Not great. At this point, Noboru could be dead before your email gets to him.
The fleet has warped out. Hours later, this fleet will take a long-distance warp to Sirius Alpha Beta system using Galaxy Shortcut Anchor. We will fly through 8.6 light years. We haven't yet found a way back to the Earth. Commander strongly advises all of you, don't forget sending word to your family.
このメールがノボル君に届くまで1年。
So I can't read it, but
The
that's the heart emoji that's getting to me.
Oh, they leave into another star. Got it.
It's the name of the show, Griff.
The funniest thing about it is that you could send a message, warp closer, and then send a message that'll get there first. Before the
They're
first
not
one.
going to do that for some one girl's email.
また夏が来た。
True.
ミカコからのメールを待つのをやめたのは去年の冬だ。結局もう1年もミカコからメールは届いていない。
%. This rainy just symbolizing depression right now, yeah.
Well, no, he just said he's moved on, basically.
ミカコからだ。1年ぶりのメールだ。
Seems like they're still sending their message at light speed,
ステア
though.
号はこれからね、長距離ワープに入るの。目的地は 8.6 光年先のシリウス。このメールが着く頃には私はもうシリウスにいるよ。お互いのメールが届くまでこれからは8年7ヶ月かかることになっちゃう。ごめんね。 ねえ、私たちは宇宙と地上に引き裂かれる恋人みたいだね。
He's gonna
I
be
mean, you're not
24 for the
kind
next
of like
message.
that. I mean, that's exactly what you are.
僕たちは
Sorry, you were
中学
doing
の
math
頃
and I
から
was
ずっと
being
互い
emotional.
お互いだけを見てた。
Math is how I express
光の
emotions.
速さ
No,
で
laughter
8
is how
年
you
かかる
express
距離なんて
emotions, no matter what
永
they
遠
are.
っていうのと何も変わらない。僕と美香子の時間はどんどんずれていく。だから僕は目標を立てた。もっともっと心を固く冷たく強くすること。絶対に開かないと分かっている扉をいつまでも叩いたりしないこと。俺は一人でも大人になること。
I mean, if you couldn't beat their expeditionary force at Pluto, I would have no hope of you going to their home system and winning.
Yeah, who knows what the battle tactics are here, but that's not even important to the story, is it?
Again, though, you left an entire battle fleet of theirs at Pluto. Earth is fucked. For all you know, you're emailing somebody who died.
Now we get the reverse where the aliens are looking up and going, oh look, tracers.
Better the communication between them and their battle fleet is also as compromised, and they've made peace a long time ago.
Zero movement steps.
Who named that forest?
There's still no evidence of
I guess they have the records for the stuff that they've captured.
Space birds.
Well, technically, they're terrestrial birds.
Oh gosh, we even have time dilation. Oh wait, no, that's just how long the message is gonna take. I mean, that seems unlikely. Yes, this only ends in tragedy. I would think so.
Tartans are existing everywhere on Agartha. Encountering combat. Their flock exists in orbit and are approaching us.
What's confusing me is that there's cities and crap
Hmm.
look like humanoid cities, and they're clearly not humanoid creatures.
They're also incredibly large, and also operate as flocks.
あの夏の日、8年っていう月日が永遠に思えたことをよく覚えている。それから今まで決して迷いなく生きてきたわけではないけど、あの日に決めた目標だけは今も変わっていない。僕は僕の時間を生きて、来月から念願の艦隊
I was
勤
gonna
務
say, it feels like your next step should have been join yourself.
Right, I guess because he wasn't, like, specifically recruited, he had to, like, wait until he actually grew to the point he could do it.
No, they were the same age. He didn't have to grow into it.
美香子。
Oh, such a
美香
weird
子から
mix
の
of
命令の音量だ
styles.
けで、あとはノイズだけだった。でもこれだけでも
Oh, so he didn't get the I still love you bit.
ねえ美香子。俺
I
ね
think he knows.
私はね、
Because he said it was noise, he didn't get it though.
懐かしいものがたくさんあるんだ。ここには何もないんだもん。例えばね、
例えば夏の雲とか冷たい雨とか秋の風の匂いとか。
傘に当たる雨の音とか、春の土の柔らかさとか、夜中のコンビニの安心する感じとか、
それからね、放課後のひんやりとした空気とか、
黒板消しの匂いとか、
夜中のトラックの遠い音とか。
夕立のアスファルトの匂いとか。登ると、そういうものをね、私はずっと。
僕はずっと美香子と一緒に感じていたいって思っていたよ。
Oh, it's probably a symmetrical battle. Not what everyone loves.
But they're just ramming maneuvers.
Well, yeah, but we saw that we won this battle, but they're severely damaged. Return questionable.
ねえ、ノバルくん。私たちは遠くすごく遠く離れているけど、
でも思いが時間や距離を超えることだってあるかもしれない。
ノバルくんはそういう風に思ったことはない
Man, how many years before Interstellar was this?
一瞬でもそういうことがあるなら、僕は何を思うだろう。美香子は何を思うだろう。
If you turned this into a Gundam series, I'd watch it.
Yeah, we're literally getting enough Gundam here today, I think.
ね
Not disappointed with that.
私たちの思うことはきっと一つ。ねえ、ノバルくん。私はここにいるよ。
Wasn't enough. I needed more.
It's over. She's dead.
Oh no, I feel like it's left to a question. Um, yeah, I mean, I feel like it's the best way to end it is to leave it in question because
Mhm.
again, they have the news that 8 years ago, which is when the fight's happening, that we won, but the fleet is so heavily damaged that return is questionable, and now he's heading out. So
Yeah, he's built up his whole life just to reunite, only to now find out, like, oh, it's already over. Whoops.
well, no, he knows it's already over. He had the newspaper, or looked
Mhm.
like a magazine actually.
Well,
It
he
looked like
just found out that point, yeah.
Well, it looked like a moving mag. Yeah, but that's before anything else, so he already knows. But he doesn't know if she's alive or not. And it's going to
Yeah.
be a while before he gets there and finds out, and a while more for her. I'll tell you, when I was reading the description of
Mhm.
this, just that little thing I read to you,
Yeah, yeah.
small, small tidbit I would have changed that I was expecting that did not come from this, um, would have been that if time dilation was a thing,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
she says 15-year-old me to 25-year-old you, that
Yeah, I was suddenly, like, confused too, yeah.
I was
Just for a moment.
expecting for her to never change. She would say the same age basically as time passed because she's traveling at relativistic speeds and whatnot. And for us to keep looking back at Noboru, who's just getting older and older and older. Like, it's going to take 8 years for this message to get to you. I'm still going to be 15. You're going to be, 23. And just get further and further along until we get to, like, old man Noboru back on Earth, still
Yeah.
pining away, waiting for the next message from his 15-year-old girlfriend. I mean, it's still sad. It's
Mhm.
equal amounts of sad.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
just thought that's where we were going, and not
Yeah.
just we're both actually still. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, well, the drama is the core of the entire thing, though, and I think when it comes to, like, the storytelling of that, this little OVA did it perfectly. I definitely felt it. I felt all the little things, and like when they're going over like, oh yeah, I want to go back to Earth. I want to see all these smells, building up to like both like their memories together that they're trying to share. That like, oh, what if we could telepathically communicate thing? But also just like putting the nail into coffin of like, oh yeah, she's not winning this fight or she's not getting out of it alive, kind of thing.
Again, that's something
That is
you
like
keep
that's
saying.
real.
That's something
I
you
know,
keep
I know.
saying. I didn't read that. It looked like she was just floating in space. And
Right.
I'm reading into the magazine as they won. Now,
Mhm.
whether she like has any power left in her suit and she's gonna fall back to the planet and die, up in the air. That is for you, the
Right.
viewer, to decide, and you've clearly
Right,
decided she's
that's fair,
dead.
that's fair. But my commentary is that they do it really well, they put all the timing there perfectly, they wrote it really nicely, absolutely love the drama, I think it's great. And I think, like, when it comes to, like, interstellar space war, this is actually just, like, a fun portrayal of it, like where you have all those externalities of just like, well, we're now 17 light years away. If we're going to send a radio message, which is light, it's gonna take 17 years to get there. How do we know when we won? That's fun sci-fi here. I like this. I dig this little concept, which they only went through with it because that's for the drama of the story. But I appreciate every bit they did for that.
I think I mentioned that there's a book called Anvil of Stars.
Uh huh.
I keep getting the first one mixed up. It's a sequel to another book. And I want to say it's Forge of God, but I might be getting it mixed up with a different one. Where essentially Earth is destroyed in a dark forest type scenario,
Yeah.
where a bunch of aliens basically show up, and they're all trying to confuse us because none of them are real. And what's happened is they've sent like neutrinos and anti-neutrinos into Earth's gravity well, so that basically in the center of the Earth is a bunch of particles that are going to collide with one another eventually and just blow up the Earth. There's
Wow.
nothing humanity can do about it. We have nothing that can, fight neutrinos at the center of the Earth. And but it turns out like there's a benefactor species that transports not all of humanity, like maybe like 1% of humanity to Mars to
Yeah.
survive. And they also, and in the sequel book, a bunch of children from Mars, from what survives on Mars, gets put on a ship and their mission is to destroy the aliens that destroyed Earth. Because that's, I guess, in the intergalactic dark forest scenario, it's your responsibility to take out the monsters that killed you. But the idea is that they picked children, one, because they're never coming back. By the time you've left the solar system, everybody you knew on Mars is going to be aged to death. So
Yeah.
you're just on this high velocity trip until it's done, and then we're going to plant you on some other planet where you can make up your own civilization or whatever. You're done. And that's what it very much kind of reminded me of, in that nowhere in there did the UN apparently have any decisions to come back home. Like, they get into a fight in Pluto, they lose. Instead of returning back to base, fuck it, keep going. Head back
Yeah.
to the next star system. And, I mean, again, they could have easily just stopped showing Noboru. Pluto's alien attack force just goes straight to Earth, destroys everything. You're sending email texts to nobody.
I guess there's more than one fleet in existence at the least. Maybe that's my assumption.
Well, it
No.
looks like the aliens have populated planets all across the galaxy. Like, they came to Earth, but first they put down a city on Mars. And again, the very confusing thing is that it looks like human-type cities, but these things are giant blob monsters from the abyss. So, it's very hard.
Right. I guess it's a way of quote humanizing them. It's just like, okay, they aren't just like weird space monsters. Like this is an intelligent society of some kind, and it's also trying to kill you.
I mean, it could entirely just, they could be like von Neumann probes that are building cities for
Hmm.
nobody. Because we saw her walk around the planet that they went to that had cities on it too.
Hmm.
No aliens in sight. No one. We didn't see anybody in the city that she was standing on the edge of. Nobody walking anywhere around on the planet. On the planet itself, she fights one of the blob aliens, but there's
Yeah.
no aliens anywhere. So it could be these are just like biological von Neumann probes building cities for future aliens to come and live that no longer exist.
But of course, like what specifically they are, what they're doing, doesn't matter because again, the drama is just like the two kids interacting. That's fine.
Well, I think anything
Uh
that you can take enjoyment of out of the OVA is
oh
the
yeah,
point
yeah.
of the OVA. The emotional resonance of the OVA is clearly my childhood crush that I'll probably never get to see again.
Hmm.
But there are so many other elements, like the very opening, right? Which is happening after the opening. The very
Yeah.
opening where she's like floating around. I thought the world was a place full of cell phone signals, and it turns out she's already in her cockpit. And because we never see her talk to anybody else.
Yeah.
She's only talking to Oberu, which means that she's talking to one person first every hour, and then every couple of months, and every 6 months, and then every year, every 8 years. Well, not every year. Apparently, we
Yeah.
skipped over Pluto because of the surprise attack, and then every 6 years, 8 years. So she's not talking to anybody else. She's tired, isolated, alone, and sad. And for a
Hmm.
moment, we see that Noboru is also sad, but then he talks about moving on. I'm no longer waiting every day. But then it looks like from the future thing from 25-year-old Noboru that I'm not waiting every day because I'm going to the UN Academy.
Yeah.
Well,
He's making progress. He's gonna go out and meet her.
well, we see on the board he's got these like
Yeah.
dates written out. Like, okay, this is the next time she's gonna message me. It's been 8 years. Although I guess technically it couldn't be that. That has to be like school stuff and graduation because he
Yeah.
has no idea she's gonna message him 8 years later. Until he gets the message, it's now 8 years. The time delay is.
Right, right.
Again, they have no idea. The moment that they text someone back, that person could have been dead for many years.
Hmm.
For all she knows, the aliens attacked Earth again. No one's left. I'm texting a dead planet. Noboru's dead. For all
Right.
he knows, the assault went badly. She's not gonna last minute text him, dying. Bye.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do that. If I end up dying, I'm gonna pick up my cell phone. I'm gonna find like the first contact here. I'm just gonna go, "Hey, dying, bye."
I mean, well, you have the benefit of feature tech compared to them. Where you could just,
That's
in your
true. I don't have.
final moments, you could say, "Siri, dying message," and hope that you didn't choke on your own blood enough that Siri understood to send your dying message, whatever you pre-programmed it. If I was
Right, right.
her, if I was her, one thing, I would strap or at least tape the thing to my armrest so it didn't go flying off like it did. And another thing, I would just have pre-typed out an entire message if in case I died, just so I'd be like, just a moment, you know?
Siri, I'm dying. Play Despacito. So aside from like the drama of it, like if I'm gonna talk about the art style
Griff, you
is
watched Code
dog
Geass. You got
shit.
nothing. You
Oh, I
got
know.
nothing.
I know. That's fair. That's fair. It is not great though. It is not great.
I'd
It is.
say
There's like little errors. Things don't mix well together. I'm just like, oh gosh, no. Everything of this makes me think I'm watching like a PS1 game or
I
something.
had little to no problem with it. It felt to me like I was watching Aeon Flux, the old
Hmm.
MTV version,
Oh,
combined with Code Geass, the one episode that I've seen of it. To me, it wasn't great, but it was wholly acceptable given the era. Remember, this
yeah,
came out uh, around the same time as Ra Zaphon, which I guess goes to show you why I say that Ra Zaphon is amazing art style
yeah.
for when it came out.
Yeah, the style is definitely the least of its parts here, but at least what it's trying to represent are all really good though. Like the things that they're trying to portray are like really good. Like the lightning at Jupiter, like cool little space things. Those are amazing. Those are great. I'm just like, oh cool, I'm a little sparked. I wish I could see a better quality version of this.
I mean, it did rain very
And
well.
yeah, they did the rain very well on Earth and on like the other planet. Like they're showing the different environments, locations, stuff happening. It's like, okay, all the scenes, those look really good. Those are really nice sets right there. I like those. It just like a lot of the stuff they had to put in motion and 3D animates. Ah, gosh.
Look, they all can't be pale
But they're all
cocoon,
really
Griff.
cool
They
ideas.
all can't be pale cocoons, okay?
Not everyone can be a winner. That's okay, because the entirety of it still comes together as this really good OVA.
I feel like this had to have been part of the inspiration for Your Name. The
Oh,
concept of,
really?
well, I'm saying I feel like. I mean, you know the idea of what
Mhm.
Your Name's about, right?
No, not at all.
Oh, well, it's like supposed to be two like star-crossed lovers separated by time or something like they're sending
Mhm.
a I guess like the Notebook kind of, where they're sending messages and they find out eventually that one of them is like in the future and one of them is in the past, so they're
Uh-huh.
never really going to be able to meet one another, sort of thing. Or I think one of them finds. I've never seen it, so if you in the
Yeah.
comments don't spoil it by telling me I'm wrong. Well, okay, you can tell me I'm wrong, but don't correct me, please. We may eventually watch it one day, whatever. But I think the idea is that one of them finds out that the other one dies, and they can't do anything to change it, or something like that.
Yeah, Starcross is literally you are destined to die.
But
So,
but again, that's like this has a lot of in connection with that. That literally they can send messages to one another, but the idea being that they're so far apart that there's nothing they can do to affect one another's lives anymore,
mm,
beyond emotionally, of course.
yeah. Uh yeah, I definitely can see like where like that would take from this like to some degree, like for like some of the sci-fi setup and all of that, and then like hit its own dramatic beats.
Well,
That would make
it's the
sense.
same writer director. I said that in the beginning. I don't remember if you
Oh
remember.
yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So refining his own idea then. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think overall I had a lot of fun with this. I'm really happy to have watched it, and I hope everyone out there is too. Go ahead and watch this on your own art. Watch it again with us. I don't know where I was going with that. How can I give a recommendation at the end of a review?
Well, I mean that's what you would typically give one at the end of the
Yeah.
review.
At the end of the action, it's lock.
Well, I mean, I think pointedly what we do is a mix of reaction and review, because
Yeah.
we're not of the group of people out there that's okay, let's cut this down to the minimum amount that gets the best watch reaction timings, which would be a smart idea on our behalf, but that's not what we do. We're not just watching the
Mhm.
show and laughing at it or saying something about it. We're not pausing in the middle of it because all we want to
We are
do
here to
is,
give critique to the whole.
yeah, we discuss before, or we just make jokes before we watch the show. We watch the show, we say our thoughts during it, And then if it's pointed enough or we have enough to say, we then review it after the fact. Because
Yeah.
that's why our reactions and shit are sometimes twice the length of the show that we're watching.
And that's why we give this OVA 73 rocks out of 287.
We don't do that though.
We definitely don't do that.
I mean, that would be a thing, but there's. I mean, sometime down the road, if we have like our own website.
Never, absolutely never a star system.
I mean, if sometime down the road we have like our own website, right? So we can put the video there, but we instead of doing faces, which are an even more incomprehensible system of ranking. Oh, it looks like one of them is crying, but the other one has a shocked face. I don't know what that means.
I'm going to go ahead and give this one 3 theta crying over 4 images of me laughing at tragedy.
But we don't have any of you laughing. You're either happy, you're fake sad, because we both know that's not you actually being sad, or you're thinking or explaining. So, 3 crying thetas over 2 explaining griffs.
So then allow me to explain that. We'll catch you all next time. This has been Stone Face Reactions, everybody. I'm Griffin. That's Theta. We'll catch you next time. See you around. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone Face Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?